My name's Andrew Thomas. I'm the publishing editor of Communicate magazine, and we organise a number of awards events. The Transform Awards for rebranding, the Digital Impact Awards for digital stakeholder communications, the Corporate and Financial Awards for talking to the city and those who influence the city, and the Corporate Engagement Awards for corporate sponsorship and partnerships. We're here at the Elwood Atfield Gallery to talk about how you can make the most of your awards submissions and the awards process. And I'm here with Stef Brown from On Pointe Marketing. Stef, why should companies enter awards?
Although it's difficult to know whether awards or the investment in awards directly translates into increased revenue or profitability for a business, I think that they are a really important sort of marketing stream of activity in terms of raising your profile. And what could happen is that people might spot that you've had an award, and then they might go to your website, and then they might contact you because they like what they see on the website, and therein starts the ball rolling with business development. But also, I think that when planned carefully, with a strict eye on budgets, there's a lot of other benefits to entering awards. There's a whole aspect around employee retention and talent attraction. There is a whole, if you're an agency, there's a whole aspect of cementing that agency-client relationship. And I think that as well, if you're an agency, it's all about proving the work that you do has worked, because ultimately that's what prospective clients want to know and hear. And so it's kind of winning an award will validate that through a third party.
Okay, I think there for the agency, it's quite clear, and agencies love being able to benchmark their own work against their peers and their competitors. But what about for the in-house teams? Are there benefits there too? I
think so. All of the things that I just mentioned are incredibly valid for in-house teams, but I think that there's one other aspect, which is, the average marketing director is under more and more scrutiny about what they put their money towards. So if they're able to prove the effectiveness of their investments to their powers that be, that can help them to retain or increase their budgets for the following year. I think as well, there's a massive amount of kudos around rewarding and recognizing your in-house team. So it's a way of, it's actually an HR thing as well.
Okay, let's stick with that internal aspect. I think that we see people coming to the awards, they don't take the clients, they leave the clients behind, and they take the whole team with them. So you think it's a good way of engaging the internal audience, engaging the staff?
Absolutely. Well, there's a couple of aspects. The first thing is just in terms of if you're an agency or indeed on the client side, there's an aspect of if everybody knows that you're going to be entering awards, it's always difficult at the outset to sort of identify, oh, what are we going to enter this year? So the more that people understand how the awards process works and what's going on with awards, the easier it is to identify what work is out there. I've had clients in the past that sort of told all of their staff, we're going to put a lot of emphasis on entering awards this year, and once they sort of won one award, suddenly there were all these bits of work that were coming out of the woodwork proactively by the staff saying, oh, maybe we should consider entering this, or maybe we should consider entering that, because the staff saw that there were benefits to actually entering the awards.
Well, can you think of some direct examples of companies that really have shown concrete evidence of award-winning being good for them?
Absolutely. I know one branding agency that focused very narrowly on one piece of work that had fantastic results. And they entered that one piece of work into about a dozen different award schemes over the course of a year. And they won everything that they entered, virtually. And that actually led to a 20 to 25% increase in revenue from the client for whom that entry belonged. But also, as a direct result of winning awards, they had 6 incoming new business inquiries, 3 of which converted into new business. And another slightly different story is another design agency that I'm aware of. They won an award one year, and so the following year, their MD was asked to be a judge. By virtue of sitting with his peers and others within the judging panel, he got talking with various judges and hit it off really well with one of those judges, who ended up handing him and his agency a massive piece of work non-competitively.
Fantastic. Okay, so some real clear examples when you win and when you get it right. But for many companies, there's that risk. And in this current climate, there's austerity, pressure on budgets and so on. There's a lot of talk about awards entering being a waste of money.
I don't think it's a waste of money as long as you don't waste all of your money on awards. And there is a very real risk that that can happen. I mean, there are hundreds of award schemes out there, if not thousands. So I think that as long as people are very focused on working out what they want to enter and how much money they have to spend, and then make sure that they kind of maximize the impact of any awards that they've won, which we'll talk about a little bit later. I think that they will definitely sort of reap benefits from it. But it's like anything. I think it's a lot like press relations activity. People want lots of PR, but they have to assume that 90% of the people that they want to see it won't. So it's what they do with that PR after they get it. It's the same with awards. Okay, fantastic. The pros and cons of awards entering. It seems that the pros certainly come out on top. Thank you, Stef.